Good afternoon. So we are going to have a session now on travel documentations. So travel documentations means when we send the tourist on their package tours, so they need to have some sort of documentation like passport or visa if they are traveling outside the country, and so on. Now even travel insurance. So to explain all these peculiarities, we have with us Mr. Anish Babbar. Anish Babbar is currently working as a senior manager in Visa Alliance and Travel Services Private Limited, Mumbai. Sir has over 2 decades of industry experience. He started his career way back in 1999 at Indian Adventures and Wildlife Resorts. Then he shifted to Wonderland Holidays, which is an agency of Mahindra Holidays. And then for almost a decade, he was working in Crest Concord Tours and Travels Private Limited. His area of expertise include marketing and channel development, business development, sales and operations, revenue maximization, and obviously visa and documentation. So with this introduction, I request Anish sir to start your lecture.
Thank you very much, sir. Firstly, good afternoon, everybody. And at first, I would like to thank Prashant sir as well as Rohit sir for organizing such a wonderful event. It's a kind of where people from all the faculty members and the people from different areas, they come together and they have a information basically where we share the information on different aspects in travel industry so that we can impart it to the aspirants and all. At first, I would like to uh, explain you that we are going to talk about the documentation pertaining to visas actually, because my area of expertise is visas, which is known as which is the core of international travel, I would say. When we talk about international division, yes, visa comes as a core because when you plan out a holiday for any of the clients, basically when you prepare a big time holiday with a good budget of 5 lakh 10 lakh rupees, but a simple mistake in visas and everything goes in vain. So the most important thing, what I understand, is a visa part, which is a core for international. So visa is something basically which is, so far as I have understood, is it's a kind of an ignored area when it comes to the international or tourism or domestic tourism, wherein basically it is all about becoming a consultancy. It's all about documentation. Okay, it's all about working with the embassies and consulate, but it is an area where it has been very much um, ignored, wherein there is a huge vacuum, there is a huge scope in this particular industry, but it has been ignored definitely. So my focus is to, create an awareness about visa part, how you can create your, a career in this particular field. Okay, where you can have a very very promising field in this visa arena actually. Very first thing I would like to explain you is when we talk about traveling to the international destination, what documentation we need actually, what we require to carry with us, because there are so many things now after COVID also. There has been lots of changes in the documentation, what you need to additionally carry with you basically. See, the very first thing is that when we travel to an international destination, the first thing is, yes, definitely the passport, the original passports, what we carry. Now, when I talk about the passport, it's important to understand that there are many countries wherein when we travel, we carry our current passport. Okay, we take our passport which has a visa and basically we travel. Okay, but always remember that whenever you travel to an international destination, since a passport is a document where you have the gate pass, you have the visa on that particular thing, you should also carry your old passport along with you. Because sometimes at the immigration, okay, they do ask about the old passports. And it has been observed many a times that people traveling with, forgetting their old passports at certain destinations like European destinations, and when they get stuck in the immigration, of course, I mean, they would ask for the old passport and all, failing which, I mean, you will be deported, right? And ultimately, second point is, yes, the travel, the visa part, visa has to be there, because when we talk about the visa part, we have so many countries where we get visa on arrival. Okay. There are half of the countries we have to get the visa done from India and then we can travel. Or there are around 40-45 countries where you get visa on arrival. Now, in that condition, what you're supposed to do? Okay. So, understand there are some 7 to 8 documents which you need to carry along with you when you are traveling towards the international destination where you have to get the visa on arrival, actually. So, let us talk about visa on arrival, which is more important as of now, because now people are traveling to Maldives, they're traveling to so many countries like Cyprus, they're traveling to Jordan, where the visa is on arrival. So, what are the documents which you need to carry? Okay. So, what I'll say is, Rohit sir, get to the last PPT, second last one, where we have the travel documentation actually in that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this one. So it's like all passports in original, current and old, along with valid visa. Okay, so that is must. But when you travel to a destination, the question is, what documents should I carry? So as I said, first of all the passports, old and new, must be there with you in order to avoid last minute hassle. Okay, because what happens is sometimes, you know, there is one condition where a person who's holding a US visa, okay, who's holding a US visa, okay, he can get visa on arrival at so many locations, basically, so many destinations. Hello, can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the point is that very first thing is that you should carry your old passport along with the current passport. Second thing, air ticket, yes, that is obviously needed. Hotel booking voucher, accommodation proof is asked at the counter. Or if suppose you are not staying at the hotel, you're staying at some relative's place, then their entire details, their passport, visa, passport copies, their visa copies, their resident card, everything has to be there. The copy of that should be there along with you, basically. We talk about the travel insurance. Before, travel insurance was not that mandatory for the people, but now after COVID situation, it has become so mandatory that everybody carries their travel insurance with them. Now, what kind of travel insurance you should carry? The very first thing which you need to check is whether this travel insurance covers the COVID-19 treatment or not. Nowadays, I think ICICI Lombard, Tata AIG stands very good at this insurance. Bajaj Alliance, I guess they are not covering that COVID area basically, because even I was promoting these two countries, many countries, and I was providing the travel insurance. But I observed that Bajaj Alliance is not covering the COVID into that. In fact, in terms of Reliance, also Reliance is not a company which is providing a good travel insurance, because it has been a very bad experience in the recent past for the travelers, those who have taken Reliance insurance. People got they became positive in the international destination, and they were hospitalized, and whatever amount they had spent on that particular thing, on their treatment, when they came back to India, Reliance disagreed on their terms, and they could not get the refund of that particular amount what they spent. So in today's date, yes, ICICI Lombard, very promising. Tata AIG is very promising. These two companies are doing very good actually, and having a very superb the plans for the travelers, basically, whether they are traveling for a long term or a short term action. Okay. Second point is, when we talk about day-to-day itinerary, yes, you should carry your day-to-day itinerary in order to have a very clear plan altogether, because what happens is sometimes at the immigration, they do ask you about your day-to-day itinerary, are you carrying it or not? because even they want you to be sure basically what is your itinerary, or what is the purpose you have come to visit the country. So you should have the day-to-day itinerary with you. COVID-19 vaccination certificate, yes, that is important. COVID-19 nowadays you need to be fully vaccinated if you want to travel to international destination. RT-PCR report, you have to get it done either 72 hours before the travel date, or earliest is 48 hours before the departure actually, which is as per the norms of the country you are traveling to. Okay. Before it was 72 hours, now maximum countries have made it 48 hours before the departure of this. Another important thing is the foreign currency. Now, what foreign currency you should carry? Example, suppose you are traveling to Thailand, okay, or you're traveling to Singapore. What happens is mostly people do carry their the currency in USD. Okay, that's good. They carry their currency in US dollars actually, but I prefer, if you're traveling to Thailand, you should carry the Thai baht with you, because again you have to go to the country. You'll have to exchange the entire currency over there also, because somewhere you ask for the US dollars, or somewhere they ask for the baht, Thai baht. I'm giving an example. So what happens? You have to again convert those currencies over there. Some amount goes basically into again the conversion and all. So it's better to carry the country's currency. Okay. For example, if suppose you're traveling to, as I said, if you're traveling to Thailand, you need to carry minimum of 700 US dollars, or 20,000 Thai baht. That should be equivalent to 40,000 rupees per person. Okay, in Indian currency actually. So the same way, if you're traveling, so minimum, there is a minimum criteria of how much money you should carry. That depends basically. Minimum 800 USD you should have with you when you're traveling to any of the destination basically, and you can carry around 1,000, 1,500, not more than that actually. You can carry somewhere around 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupees of the currency with you in Indian, when you convert the Indian currency of 1.5 lakh into any USD or euro, whatever basically. So these are the documents which are very important basically. You can carry the forex card, yes. I mean, one of the easiest way of traveling anywhere with that card, and you can withdraw the money and all basically. So so these are the 8-9 documents which are very must for you to keep with you basically when you are traveling to the international country. Okay. Now let us understand why, when we talk about the visa part, I would like to give some more information on this. Okay, why we should focus on visas, or on the faculty, those who are imparting the knowledge on the international travel. They should definitely include visa in their this syllabus actually, which is must, because ultimately everything starts with a passport. Everything starts with a passport. Passport being one of the core, because passport is your identity, international identity. It's a document, it's a booklet where you have to get your stamping done. Okay, you need to carry your arrival. You have to get your arrival, departure stamping also. So it is a must. But your visa also starts. Your visa documentation preparation, that starts from the passport. I have witnessed in my last 12 years of my work. I have witnessed. I do impart knowledge basically to the students, the aspirants for visas, those who want to make a career. And I have seen that in the entire in the tourism industry, I mean, when you talk about your our the the degree, the tourism degree, the diploma, and all people, those who come and join and aspire on this particular thing, hardly, I think, 2 to 3% people know about visas. Okay, they are more focused on either the domestic tourism or the international tourism, where we have different sector altogether, different divisions altogether. But visa is something which is the core, which we need to understand. You're going to it's been ignored, but the thing is, it is one of the finest. It is one of the finest way of. It's a field of working and getting yourself recognized in this industry. I've been working when I started working for visas. I was new to this particular industry, but in I'm basically working for a B2B division. I work for travel partners across India. I work for corporates. Nowadays, I'm known to so many people basically in the industry. Okay. We give the solutions for different kind of visas. It is not an easy task to acquire for the visa. It is a very tedious task actually altogether when we focus on this. Now, what happens is, let me tell you where the students are behind this particular thing. Very first thing is, Rohit sir, can we take into the uh, first clip of the presentation?
Sure, sir. This one?
Second, sir. After that, okay, okay. Now, the very first question, what happens is when I ask any student who's coming for international travel or wants to learn visa, the very first question is he aware about what do you mean by visa? What is the full form of visa? Many are unknown to this particular word. They know visa, but they don't know the actual meaning of the visa. So we need to tell them. We need to have the base, which is the second thing. Sir, can you change the slide? Yes. Visitor's intention, international stay admission, or you can also call it visitor's intention of staying abroad. Okay, this is the actual meaning of visa, because it's a term, it's a visa, but people think without understanding. People say what is just a visa, okay, but they don't know what is the meaning of that, because we have an intention of going abroad. Intentions, what are the intention basically? Intentions are, you go for tourism, you go for business, you go for family visit, you go for work, you go for study permit. So these are the intentions. So what is my intention? So visitors intention of staying abroad, this is the base where people fail to also understand, okay, what do you mean of visas actually. So can you take to the second slide basically? Okay. So is visa an important aspect when it comes to an international tourism? So the answer is yes. Okay. In the next slide, it's a core of international tourism. As I explained to you, you make a plan of worth 10 lakh rupees for your client. A simple mistake in the documentation and the visa gets rejected, all the plan is in vain. Okay, because okay, when you prepare a particular plan, you have to make bookings, you have to make, example. I give you an example. When you go for a visa, when you plan somebody's international destination to Europe, you know that hotel ticket, insurance, these three documents are one of the must mandatory documents which we need to provide while processing the visa. Now you have to confirm your hotel, you have to confirm the ticket, you have to have your own insurance. Fine, insurance can be cancelled if the visa gets cancelled, but somewhere you need a mandatory confirmed ticket, return ticket, you need confirm hotel voucher. What if some small mistakes, and if your flight and if your hotel is on a non-refundable basis and your visa gets rejected, what would you do? Entire plan goes in vain. So you need to approach the experts, those who have an in-depth knowledge about the process of the visa. Different countries have a different, okay, more or less, I mean, they're different set of information, okay, and the process is somewhat different also for many countries. It's you have a different kind of visas. You have online procedure, you have offline procedure, you have, okay, a visa on arrival. Just we will not talk about that particular thing. So when we talk about what how many types of visas are there, people should know. So next slide, please. Okay. Again, people, those who are the aspirant of this visa division, they do not know who issues the visa, where to get the visa done. They are not aware about it. In fact, people those who have done the course of international tourism also half the way, they are not aware about this information, okay, where to get the visa done. Okay, so when we speak about, okay, where to get the visa done, Okay, so next slide. It is basically in the embassy or consulate. The students are not aware about what is embassy, what is consulate, what is a job. Okay, which ministry it comes under. Okay, it's totally different. So we need to explain in detail to the people. Okay, what categories of visa. This is more important. Now categories. Okay, tourism, business, transit. Transit visa. Many people think, what is transit visa? It's like when you're traveling to your main destination via some other country, you are transiting through that particular country. The transit visa, not aware about. Student visa. Okay. Student, you're going for the study purpose for a short term or a long term. Again, you have a criteria in the student visa. Okay. When you travel for the business, you have a long term business visa, you have a short term business visa. Student, you have a within 90 days you are traveling for less than 90 days, you are traveling for more than 90 days for the student visa. Again, the documentation changes. Okay. Employment work permit, yes, I mean normally that comes from uh, the countries inviting the person for the employment. And the family visit visa, yes, if I am having some my relatives, suppose I want to go to Canada and my relative is there, I want to apply for my visa. I have to perform certain set of documents basically, which is apart from tourism. Tourism needs something else. Family visit visa requires some other set of documentation. Business visa, yes, you need certain more set of documentation for business visa. So it is the purpose. What is the purpose of your travel? So according to that, basically, you need to establish the entire link in visas. Let me explain you. When we do visas, we think from the consulate's point of view. We have to think from the embassy point of view. Embassy or consulate has not seen any applicant. They don't meet them basically. So their decision is based totally on the basis of the documentation part. So we have to focus on the documentation. Okay. What they think is when you prepare your documentation, each and every documentation has to be interlinked with each other. Let me explain you what do we see when we apply for the visa. Very first thing is they see your personal information, which is on your passport, front and back. Then they ask for they go for your the professional information. Okay, what do you do? Whether you are a salaried person or you're a business person, so you need to have those documents. Okay. They want to see your financial documentation in order to see whether um, you are settled for a long time, you are having good financial stability over a period of time or not. Okay. Then they come across to your travel documentation. They go through your travel documentation like your hotel ticket, insurance, or if you're staying at your any relative's place or friend's place, they verify those documentation. So these are the four areas where on the basis of which the visa has been decided whether to grant the visa or not. So personal information, your professional information, financial information, and your travel information. Four areas. You talk about any country. You talk about right from Sri Lanka, okay, to America, okay. All the countries, each and every country, they focus on these four information from small countries. They definitely don't want to enter more into your personal and financial and your um, uh, professional documentation. But countries like Europe, USA, Australia, New Zealand, big countries, okay, they really focus on these documents in detail. There are a few countries like Far East, if you want to travel to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, they would not focus on these documents. You just have to provide your basic documents like passport, photo, ticket, okay, a bank statement, and a hotel booking, flight documentation, and your visa is done in 2 3 days time. Okay. Thailand, yes, again, it's the same set of documents. Now Thailand is providing you visa on arrival. But again, when you're traveling to Thailand, as I said, travel documentation, you must remember that you should carry all your documents traveling on arrival. As discussed, 7 to 8 documents. Your passports, along with the old passport, visa, Okay, if you have the visa, yes, you can travel, or if you have to take it on arrival, your day-to-day itinerary, travel insurance, COVID certificate, RT-PCR test. Okay, all these documents, your currency. Thailand would return you back. Thailand would have they have a habit of deporting people if you don't have the currency, the mandatory currency which you are supposed to carry along with you. If you are short of currency, if you are 300 USD, because either you have to pay over there or yeah, they will deport you. So these are the documents and the you need to carry the 7 8 set of documents you should be handy with you. Okay, so that whenever they ask, you have all these things. You should be ready in order to enter the country. See, visa doesn't guarantee you a sure short entry. Visa is just an entry pass so that you can travel. Your immigration, once you land in that particular country, the immigration is a decision maker whether they will allow you to enter or not, despite of having holding a visa, a valid visa. Valid visa means you can fly from here. Valid visa means you can fly from here. But valid visa doesn't mean that you have the full right to enter the country. It depends upon the immigration. So it's specifically when you talk about visa on arrival, yes, carry those documents. Carry those documents. That is must. Let me come back to the other part of visas, the categories as I discussed on tourism, business visa, transit, and all. See sectors, how we travel, how the visa has been dependent. Let's talk about the sector. It's like either the people travel on FIT basis, frequently individual travelers, or it's a group departure, it's a MICE division. You travel on a medical tourism, you travel for a trade fair, you travel for student exchange program.
Prashant sir?
Are required,
Okay.
right? So these are the sectors where we have to focus on. Either we have to focus on MICE, medical tourism, study permit, student exchange. So these are the categories. These are the sectors where we assist people in getting the visa done, basically from embassies and consulates. So can we have another slide? Okay. So now, what are the methods of processing visa actually? So method of processing visa is like it's either an online and offline. Now, what is offline and what is online? Where we need to prepare the set of documents, go to the embassy or consulate, okay, or VFS Global in order to submit those documents. It is called offline visa. So you need to submit the documents physically, get your fingerprints and everything done basically. Online visa is purely done on through the website, government website. Okay. Example, the entire form, if I want to fill up a form, okay. Now in Europe, in some countries, manual form is okay. I can fill the form with pen. But in some countries, in Europe, I have to fill mandatory online form. For example, if I have to fill the France form, I have to apply for France, I have to go through the online procedure. First, I have to fill the entire documents, okay, all the details, online form, and then I have to get the appointment. Whereas if I have to apply for any country like Schengen, Switzerland and all, I can fill a handwritten form, can accumulate other documents and go and get it submitted. So it's like online. Anything which is done through government's website, okay, is an online application process of the visa. Australia visa. Australia visa is fully online visa. You have to apply, you have to upload the documentation on site. Okay. There are around 15 to 20 documents which you need to upload. It's a tedious process. Okay. And you have to apply for you have to get the once you apply for the Australia visa, you get e-visa. You do not get the physical stamping now. It's an e-visa. So methods of processing visas maximum nowadays. It's before it was purely manual. Now it has been getting to online visa maximum. So offline visa will move. It'll get outdated in another 1 or 2 years time, because so far as the physical submission is concerned, yes, I mean it's partly offline and offline. Then you call it. Okay, so either it is fully online where you get e-visa, no stamping, no sticker visa. It's only online visa. It's purely online, like Dubai visa, UAE, entire Gulf country, Dubai, Oman, Qatar, okay, Malaysia. These countries are providing e-visas, basically purely online visas. There are so many countries, nearly around. We can apply for 50 countries. We can apply e-visa nowadays. Actually, so there are options available now. Offline, again, this physical submission. So as I said before, now we are getting the visa in three ways actually. Either you get a sticker now. Before, when you used to 10 years, 15 years back, you used to get a stamping of the visa. They had a stamp. You used to put that stamp on your passport, and that was known as a stamping of the visa. Then they came up with a system of a sticker visa. They stick the sticker, that the visa, on your passport. Okay, so you get a sticker visa. They call it a sticker visa. And e-visa. Okay, e-visa is basically, it's totally online visa. You don't need to have a physical thing. You can show it on your mobile. They'll check it and they'll see into the system, and they'll immigration will ask you to move ahead basically for this. The next slide, sir. Okay. Indian passport, you can get visa on arrival for 44 countries. So imagine, as you're talking about the travel documentation, what you should carry: 8, 9 set of documents, always be there with you if you're traveling to 44 countries. Okay. These countries are basically, out of 44 countries, normally we travel to around maximum 20 countries. Rest 20 countries, people don't go for the tourism part, they go for the business or some kind of thing, which Indian government has done that particular thing, that on arrival visa to 44 countries, because out of these 44 countries, only 20 countries are good for tourism, rest are not. And they have not given on arrival for Indians to big countries basically. Okay, otherwise half of the India would be there. So it's, they have chosen the countries according to the standard of our own country, basically which countries to be given granted on arrival and all. So there are 44 countries altogether where you can go and get the visa on arrival. The next slide. As I said, you can apply online visa and get paper visa to 39 countries. So nowadays, now it has reached to 39. Now, I mean, it's going to be around, I think, in another 10 months, 10 years time, it is going to be 100% online. There won't be a sticker visa or a stamping. No more would be there basically, because since, I mean, they have already started preparing an electronic passport now. Tata Consultancy is doing that particular thing, and for last 10 years they have been doing some research on that, where the physical passport will be vanished in 10 years time. There will be a passport with the chip actually, so there it is not going to. It's like an app for you, okay, with the data protected. They have already issued some around 20,000 passports, these e-passports for their diplomatic and officer level, 20,000. So they are on the end of the trial basis. So once they do this particular thing, if it is successful, in 10 years time, you'll be this the hard original copy of your the passport would be a history then. I mean, you will not have any more hand holding the physical passport with you. So the visas and the passports would become totally e-visas and e-passports. So that is the reason people are more into this. So visa is concerned, the processing is concerned. Yes, I mean today it is totally online. So people are getting up because the government with the e-visa structure. I'm audible, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir,
Yes, sir,
you
you're
are.
audible. You are.
Yeah. Okay. So now, when we talk about, as I said, visa consultancy.
Sir, it seems like you have some network issue there. Your voice
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah. What is it? Now it is
Yeah.
okay. Now
Yes,
it
sir.
is
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Yeah. So when we talk about the visa consultancy as a career option, yes, the scope. Why it has a big scope. Big scope means it's a huge scope in this India itself as of now. You know why? The answer is with the next slide, um, Rohit sir. Approximate 25 million people travel to international destination every year. You can imagine 25 million people. I'm working in an organization where I'm catering to um, almost 800, 850 travel partners across India, and it's not a joke basically. Where we get tired doing 300-400 visas in a day, and you can imagine there is a huge scope. Okay, where the travel partners, the travel agencies are not having the equipped person for visas, so they have to outsource the work. So you can imagine the kind of scope in this particular sector of the tourism visas. It's huge. Sky's the limit in this one. So I think there should be an addition of a specific course for visas in the colleges. I would recommend that particular time, which has been ignored at this point of time actually. So can I have my next slide? So see. Now, when we talk about the countries and doing the visa, becoming an expert. Now, if I want to become an expert in Europe, now there are 44 countries in Europe people want to travel. Imagine, okay. When we talk about um, uh, the African country, I want to become master in African visas, basically 54 countries. You want to do in Asia, 48 countries in Asia. So I mean, see the number of countries, 195 countries altogether, basically, to dependency. To in North America, again, US and Canada. 14 in Oceania. Oceania means the island, small part and all, where Australia, New Zealand, okay, Papua New Guinea, so many countries, 14 countries are there, basically, which is taken as an Oceania island countries. Imagine the kind of wherever you want, whichever sector you want, you become expert in visas. If you want to become visa expert consultant for only USA, yes, then only USA means there are nearly around 18 categories. Um, uh, you have to have the knowledge of 18 categories of visas in USA, which is on a continuous basis. Okay. When I talk about that, if you want to have a kind of a US visa, it's a B1, B2. I said, what is B1, B2? People say, sir, I want to travel for tourism. Okay, B1. So B1 is tourism, B2 is business. So B1, B2. When you apply for tourism, you get B1, B2 visa. Okay, so you need to have these kind of technical terms. When I'm trying for my student visa in USA, it is F1 category. Okay, when I'm planning for if I'm working in USA, my wife from India wants to travel to join me, okay, for some time, it is H1B visa. Okay. A person traveling on a ship, basically, the cadets who travel, it's a C1D visa, seaman visa, basically, the seafarers,
Sir, can you
C1D. So
please
these are the
tell
things.
this a little slowly so that our participants can note it down?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah. So can you tell us one by one?
In fact, see, for example, now if you want to, let's focus on USA, because nowadays USA is very much in limelight, and people are traveling a lot to USA. So when you apply for, if you want to travel for tourism to USA, it is called B1, B2. B1 tourism is B1, okay, beta 1, okay. And if you want to travel to USA for business visa, for business purpose, it is B2, beta 2. So when you apply for either business visa or tourism visa to USA, it is B1/B2 visa. This is the code.
Okay.
So even if suppose, if I let me tell you, if you are running a company, if you are running a travel company, okay, you are doing international, you will get people, walk-in people stating that, sir, I want to do B1 B2 visa. Now, unless and until you have the knowledge of these small technical things, how would you come to know? You cannot ask the walk-in client or something. So what is B1 B2 visa? He would say, sir, if you're not aware about B1 B2, how can you do the visa? So you need to have the information. So tourism and business is B1 B2. So when you apply for either tourism or business, you will by default get B1 B2 category, and this is for 10 years. USA will give you, either they will give you, if they give you the visa, they will give it to you for 10 years, or they will reject it. Specifically B1 B2. If you are planning to travel to USA for study visa, if you want to go there and do some MBA or any kind of diploma, whatever course you want to go for, it is called student visa, which is F1 category. F1 student visa, F1 category. If any seaman wants to join any ship from USA to Europe, he has to apply with a set of documents which is called C1D. C numerical 1D. This is the code for seaman visa, seafarers. C1D visa. And if any of the spouse or dependent wants to travel to USA for, okay, as I gave you an example, if suppose I am working in USA, and if I want to call my children, my wife on to live with me for at least 1 year, okay, then I have to apply for H1B visa. H numerical 1B. Harry numerical 1 beta. H1B visa. In today's date, if you want to become expert for only USA visa and make good money, focus on these four documents, these four visas, and you will be having a heck of visa, and you will not have time even for your own leisure time, basically for your own leisure things. We have such a huge market for visas for this one. And believe me, let me give you some information. In B2C, for these visas, people charge 5,000 rupees as a consultancy. Minimum 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. Only consultancy. How much is visa fees? Let me tell you. US visa fees is 12,500 rupees in total. 12,500 rupees you have to pay for visa. And imagine you're charging 5,000 to 10,000 rupees as a consultancy. Each application. People are paying to get the right guidance. And the best part is, let me explain you, you are a consultant. When you become a consultant, your main focus is to give your experience. You have to check their documents and you have to advise. If you put these documents, your visa might get rejected, because you have to get ready with the criteria. You have to follow the criteria of that particular eligibility criteria of a visa processing. If you want to submit anybody's application, he should be eligible. Your focus has to be, you have to act like as I said before, you have to act like the counselor. Okay, you have to um, prepare the document as per the counselor's point of view. Okay, so that you should have 100% result, max. Okay, almost. In last 12 years, the results, my success ratio is, out of every 100 visa, I get around 98 visas, 98 to 99 visa per 100 is been approved. This is my ratio. Okay. So that is how we have to. So it depends upon the individual, how focused he is, how genuine he is. What is is his aim to earn money, or to get money with fame of getting 100% successful ratio in terms of visas. Imagine a family of 4 people traveling to USA, and you're charging around 3 to 5,000 rupees, minimum 3,000. So you're having 12,000 rupees for just one family. Okay, in 1 month you have around, say, 50 to 60 families. You can imagine the kind of money you have, and you don't need to do anything. You just have to sit with your system and get a job done at one place. So this is how I just explained you this for USA. There are excellent number of countries. Not only USA, you have Canada, you have USA, you have Australia, you have Europe. Okay, any landing, anywhere. So it's all about your expertise. I'm having in last 12 years, I've gained knowledge of almost all the countries. But so far as my expertise is concerned, I can say that I'm expert in around 5 countries, totally expert. Okay, but because every day some new changes happens basically in the visa documentation part in the process, so you have to keep yourself updated. That is what is more important. And there is a way of doing that particular thing. We have designed a course wherein we teach people. Basically, it's a 1 year course wherein we make them expert, and in 1 year's time, the kind of course we have designed is that it once this 1 year gets over, okay, when he is ready for the interview, he is ready with the experience of 5 years in 1 year's time. That is what our focus is, because we have seen the difference. Basically, we have seen the gap. Okay, we can't fulfill this gap. It's a huge gap of visa consultants. We should have this kind of segment also in our colleges, so that they can have a very good career. It's a very promising career. Okay, so getting yourself expert in international tourism, making the packages, designing the entire plan and everything along with the visa, makes a person perfect, who's entering into international division, who's entering into international tourism. He needs to have a visa information. He needs to become an expert for visa, because unless and until he is having the information on visa procedure, how can he decide his international travel? If I tell you that uh, if somebody comes to you, let me give you an example. If somebody wants to travel to Europe, somebody wants to travel to Switzerland, okay, he comes to me and he says, I want to go to Switzerland. I said, okay, fine. So, will I get the visa? Okay. He said, okay, can you make a plan for me? Okay, I'll make a plan for you. But the point is, before you make the entire plan, first you have to check whether he is eligible to travel to Switzerland or not. Okay. Is he having a closing balance of 2 lakh rupees per person in his account? Okay. Is he working? If he's salaried person, is he having a salary slip? Is the salary coming in the account continuously? Okay. If he's a business person, is he having a GST certificate with him? Okay. Does he possess a proper bank statement? Is the company running? Okay. So they will ask you the document, the company registration paper and everything. They'll ask you for 6 months bank statement. So these are the things which you need to ask him before you plan out his international travel. Visa has to be planned before you plan the international holiday. In order to avoid last minute hassle, your visa preparation has to be on the top before you plan his international travel. First, you have to understand whether he is eligible for the visa or not. So it is a core. It starts, international tourism actually starts from visa. It starts from passport. Let me give you a small example. Try to understand this. A person comes with all the documents to you. I am eligible for these documents. Please apply for my visa and give me the international package. You say, okay, all documents are okay. Fine. I'll apply for that. You make the entire package, do the entire bookings, non-refundable, whatever, and then you apply for the visa. The visa doesn't get processed because you come to know that opening his passport first data page, you get to know that his passport is expiring in 2 months' time. He is not eligible to apply for the visa. All your hard work goes in vain. So that is how, as I said, visa eligibility starts from the passport itself. You have to see, the first thing is whether his passport validity is there or not. Minimum validity is required is 3 months from the date of return, okay, or maximum is, it's like 6 months. Either it is 3 months or 6 months from the date of return. You have to see that particular thing, whether his passport is valid or not. Small things, as I said, a small mistake, a small oversight, and your visa is collapsed. You're rejected. Your entire plan is collapsed. So that is how, why it is core. If you're talking about international travel, get yourself more of, acquire as much information about visa as you can. And if you need any assistance on that, yes, we have a website. You can log in, you can get all the information, and anybody can contact me anytime basically for any kind of information, how you want to learn visas, what you want to learn in visas. I'll make it cut short for you, and you can at least have good information so that you can impart the same knowledge to your aspirants also. We have another division known as Holiday Bag, which is into domestic and international tourism. We provide the land arrangements to B2B, the travel agent fraternity. But I am focusing more on Visa Alliance because Visa is the core. So it is our expertise, and I enjoy this particular activity because you're working with External Affairs Ministry, you're working with embassies, consulates. Okay, so it's a altogether it's a fantastic field. You enjoy that. So may I can we move on to the next slide? Fine. So this is what we had discussed about this particular thing, that the travel documentation which you need to carry, right? So this is all in brief about the visa part actually. So can we have some kind of, if anybody has any questions, they can come up so that we can share some information together on a dual basis.
Okay, sir, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were talking about the transit visa. I have seen
Yeah.
people transiting from one country to another country on the spot. Like
Yeah.
someone is moving from Laos to China, China to Russia, and then moving to the other countries simultaneously. So how is that possible that one person is moving by
Okay.
road?
Yeah. See, so far as the connectivity is concerned, basically, like we have Bangladesh, people travel by road to Bangladesh. Okay. So either we can travel by road, we can travel by air. So you need, suppose if I want to travel to um, uh, this, for example, I want to travel to China, and China from Bangladesh. So Bangladesh doesn't require a transit visa. If you are entering into Bangladesh, then you have to take a tourist visa. Okay. Now, for example, if you want to travel from India to USA via UK, okay, or you're traveling, so you need to have the transit visa. So there are certain countries which don't require. Okay, let me give you an example. If you are traveling to any country via UAE, Dubai, okay. So when see there is a criteria. Let me explain you. Suppose I'm traveling to Armenia via Dubai, and I am landing in Dubai, and I have a flight which is within 8 hours. Within 8 hours, okay, on the same terminal. Then I don't require transit visa. You got the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, suppose you are getting down at Dubai, but your next flight is from Abu Dhabi, which is hardly 30 minutes from there. Okay. Now you have to move out of immigration. When you have to move out of immigration, you need transit visa. But if you are moving from same terminal within 8 hours time, you don't require transit visa. So these are the criteria basically based for the transit visa. Actually.
Sir, there are actually so many questions in the chat section, but I think you have connected with mobile, so it will be a bit
Yeah,
difficult
that's
for you.
correct.
I'll read out the questions one by one for you.
Yeah.
So yes, there are a lot of questions. Some are basic, some are very particular. Okay, so
Okay.
first of all, about visa on arrival. So is it possible, visa country is giving visa on arrival, but I don't want to take that chance. Can I get that
Sir,
visa for that
sir,
country from
sir,
regular process before reaching there?
so your voice is slightly wavering. Can you please come up again with the question?
Yes, sir. The question is that so many countries are offering visa on arrival.
That's correct.
Okay, but there is always a chance in that.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to get visa on arrival? I want to have the visa for that particular country before I leave India. So is it possible to get that visa through regular process?
This is what I suggest everybody. Take the visa and go.
Yeah.
The chances of deportation minimizes actually. Okay. But there are some countries basically those who provide the visa on arrival.
They do
So
not give regular visa.
they don't they though you there is no embassy. For example, if you want to travel to now मैं example दे रहा हूँ आपको मैं. You see this Qatar visa, before it was a E visa. Okay, now they have given it on arrival. You can go there and take that on arrival. No deportation, nothing. You can extend. You will get the visa for 30 days stay, and you can extend it for another 30 days stay over there. This is after COVID. This is after COVID they started this particular thing. Okay, but for example, let me tell you, Georgia is E visa. Okay, before it was on arrival also people got deported badly. Okay, so what I suggested, you better take the visa for Georgia because it's not a small country. Okay, you know the Indians, you know the Indian mentality. If they know it is on arrival, so they will rush. All the labor class and everyone will start. So definitely they'll get deported. So better is to take the visa, okay, from India and then travel. It shows the genuinity because when you take visa from India, you have to provide certain set of documentation, okay, eligible documentation, which makes the visa granting of the visa more successful actually. So that is correct. You should, wherever possible, you should take the visa from India and then travel to other countries in order to avoid last minute deportation or whatever hassles basically people might face.
So as a consultant, you always prefer having a
Yes,
visa
I do,
before
I
leaving.
do, I do, I do.
Sir, I think it's good for our industry also, for jobs also. Otherwise, so many people going
Absolutely correct.
without document to and get visa on arrival.
Yeah. Sir, we have witnessed a lot of problems basically, specifically, the countries like, let me give you an example. Um, Specifically Thailand. Thailand has created a big time havoc basically for Indians. Okay. Now people travel, now I'll tell you, people, they travel to Thailand in a group. Okay. Now, as I said, you need to have a certain set of documentation. Suppose you are supposed to carry 20,000 Thai baht or 800 USD minimum with you. Okay. and see the procedure. If 10 people are traveling in a group, and suppose I am your main person who's guiding you, and I made a mistake I took all your money and kept it in my pocket, and I said, okay, this is the money. Okay, my people are coming from behind, they all are traveling with me, they will not agree to them. I want to see every individual having that particular amount. If no, deport them. So these are the small things which they create a problem basically for the on arrival. So if you have a visa, they will not disturb you. If you have a visa for Thailand, you can cross the entire immigration very smoothly and within 15 minutes. If you're going on arrival, you have to stand there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, depending upon the crowd basically. Okay, the rush factor. So this is what is there. You should always take the visa from India.
Okay, sir, how to keep ourselves as a student, as a tourist, or as a consultant? How to keep updated about these ever-changing visa rules of every country?
Okay. Okay. See, now depends basically when you are going to start working in this industry. When anybody starts working in an industry, he is joining one particular group of network. Okay, there are certain things. You have the government website, individual websites also are there. Okay, then you have a circle where the organizations basically they provide the information to their members when you become the member of a particular organization like TAI, TAFI. There are so many companies, so they provide you the information. So you will be updated, and of course, if you want to get updated for the visas, you have to get connected with the visa firm like we are there. And see, we have a website which is totally updated website. So what happens is whenever there are any changes in the consulate working, see how it happens is our people visit the consulate embassies and PFS Global on a daily basis. Okay, for submission, collection and all. So they are aware about what is happening over there, the notices and all. So immediately what we do is whenever there are any changes which comes on the notice board, we immediately update our website and we spread this information to everybody through our links, through our channels and all, basically through mass mailing software, through broadcast, WhatsApp broadcast, everything. There are so many things with so many channels. So through those channels, we keep everybody updated. So if you want to keep yourself updated without being into visa division, then yes, you have to get connected with somebody who's into visas and all. Basically.
Thank you for that question. That question was from. Just a minute. Okay, yes, Vilas Rathod asked that question. Thank you, sir. Okay, Shankar Mukherjee, sir, is asking that you gave two full forms of visa. So which one is correct? If you want to ask it.
Visitors' intention of staying abroad, I would say.
Abroad. Okay, so theoretically that is correct.
Yeah, visitors' intention of staying abroad. Obviously, it is the basic. It's a origin. Visitors' intention, VISA, visitors' intention of staying. It's a visa. What we say is visitors' intention, tourist visa, tourist intention of staying abroad. Business visa, business intention of staying. So that is how it is. It's a stay admission. It's an intention. Visa means you can say a visitor's intention of staying abroad.
Okay. One of our research scholar Rahul is asking that the place of issue of visa, place of issue of passport. Does that have any connection with getting the visa rejected? Because he's saying that according to his industry experience, passports issued in Hyderabad gets more rejection.
Which country?
Yes, Rahul, if you can answer. Rahul, which country you are talking about?
So he's talking about Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
See, Hong Kong is basically, it is not a visa, it is a pre-approval basically, which you have to fill the form. And what happened is, it depends upon the experience, because even I have done so many pre-approval for Hong Kong, because Hong Kong we don't get, because it is under China. And before traveling to Hong Kong, you have to fill one pre-approval form, Okay, once it gets approved, then you can carry that particular thing and you can travel to Hong Kong. Because it's not like that. For example, there is no as such criteria that your jurisdiction passport jurisdiction gets affected or get rejected. It depends. Let me give you an example. In today's date, the most notorious area, according to the embassy, is Punjab.
Oh,
Punjab issued passport and Srinagar issued passport, Jammu and Srinagar. You don't get visa. The ratio is, let me give you some example, recent example. The ratio for these two states, Russia doesn't allow, Russia do not give visa for Punjab issued passport and Srinagar issued passport easily. Europe does not entertain Punjab issued passport. They will entertain Haryana but not Punjab. Reason, let me tell you the reason, because many people have from Punjab area have absconded in Europe, because they either travel to Italy, they travel to Turkey, they travel to, see, from there they rush on to Mexico border. Okay, so these are the things. They are doing some malpractices, and also that is the reason Punjab is
yes, yes, yes.
Blacklisted area to certain extent. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Let me give you one more example. If you see, people would not want to do Dubai visa for the Kerala state, because maximum overstay is from Kerala.
Sir, I have one more question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, sometimes we used to see that the visa got rejected in some other places, like suppose visa got rejected in Chennai, but the same person again apply in Kolkata consulate, the visa will get issued. What is this?
Which visa, which country you're talking about
For
again?
Singapore visa or as well as Schengen countries also. And the
Fine.
question I
Very
asked
nice.
for the Hyderabad passports, for Schengen countries also, their visa usually to get rejected. Hyderabad issued passports especially.
Sir, you do one thing. Once this event is over, and if you are doing this visas, you get connected with me. I'll get you the positive results. It's all about study. I can get you the rejected visa done, granted basically. I'll ask you the document, I'll study, and I'll give you the solution for that.
Thank you so much,
And
sir.
secondly, let me tell you, your question is that, for example, Singapore visa getting rejected in Chennai, okay, and the same is getting approved in Kolkata. Let me give you one example that Singapore visa is as per the jurisdiction. If my passport is Tamil Nadu issued passport, I can apply in Chennai, but I cannot apply in Mumbai or any other jurisdiction. And secondly, you said that the Singapore visa is getting refused by in the Chennai. Then let me tell you that in Chennai there is one consular which is very, very tight. He was in Delhi before, and in Delhi rejection ratio was very high. He transferred to Chennai after that. Chennai's rejection is high. Okay. And secondly, because the documents, let me explain you. If you want to apply Singapore visa in Delhi, you need passport, photo, and your ticket. If you want to apply in Chennai, passport, photo, ticket, ITR, your bank statement, everything like a Schengen document. So in Chennai, the consular may ask for all these documents.
Yes, sir. And even for the photograph, some specification is there for all countries.
Yes, 35 mm by 45 mm, white background, matte finish, 80% face coverage. Without specs, ear should be visible. किसी का कान नहीं दिखता है, उसको यहाँ पे वो लगा के अपना what you call the cotton लगा के ears को दिखना चाहिए, and you should have the photograph. That is how. Forehead should be clean. Okay. Unless and until you are having this the turbans or something on your head, the caps on your head on a traditional basis, then it is okay. Otherwise, you're not allowed to wear any cap or something. And it has to be a matte finish.
Yes. In the same line, Deepak Tripathi is asking, he's also a scholar here, that is the name is also essential issue for getting the visa. Like in e-visa, a name like Kumar gets more time than a unique name.
It has been. Yes, it is happening nowadays. Actually, I agree with him because after COVID period, I mean, the Kumar name actually is getting affected. मैं बताता हूँ आपको. If he is talking about Russia, in Russia it is happening. Okay, as of now, and um, it is also happening in Dubai. That's correct.
Okay, so there is a
See, I mean, there is no hard and fast rule. It depends upon the person. Let me explain you. Let me tell you one thing. Suppose now, see the best visa. You know the best visa, and I would prefer. People are scared of US visa when it comes to interview. यार मेरा interview है. I don't know whether they will give me the visa or not. Let me tell you one thing. The best visa is US visa. Believe me. On the spot decisions. You go for the interview. They'll ask you the question based on the DS-160 form which you have filled. Okay, they see your confidence level. Okay, they see how you stand, how you talk. If you're confident enough, they will take your passport and say, okay, they collect the passport after 4 days. If they don't want to give you the visa, on the spot they will give the passport and they say try again. And in another country, we have to apply, you have to put everything, you know.
Just one question on this I want to ask. Like, what are the general question what student face during the J1 visa interview for the US? Because it happens sometimes. Some of they get selected, few of they get rejected on the same page.
Let me tell you, as I said right now, always remember, if you want your visa, see, you are filling the DS-160 form. You are giving the correct information. You are providing the supporting documents. That is a simple criteria which you need to go. Once you fill that DS-160 form, upload it, counselor, they already understand your form. They will not ask you a single question out of that form. Remember this. They will not ask you a single question out of that form. The only thing is your confidence level. They see how confident you are, what is your attitude. Because if they ask you a question and if you say, sir, you're gone. You should know your form very well. You should know your intentions very well. They will see your intentions. Okay. On the basis of that, they will decide your visa. See, what we do is when we do the visa, when we do USA form, we provide the induction or mock interview. We do mock interview.
okay.
That is what is more important. Your US visa means your mock interview. Because see, I have not seen, as a layman, I have not seen ke wo hota kya andar, what is there in the embassy or the consulate. We will create a picture. See, you will enter here. You will get this particular place. You have to rest over there. You have to go inside. They'll be calling you. There will be one person. If you want another language, suppose you don't want English, you want Hindi, so there will be a translator standing with that guy.
Okay.
They will ask you. And secondly, remember, I'm telling you one thing, sir. People are scared that these guys are very rough, very tough. No, they are very mild people. They will come to you with a smile. Good morning. So you will say, good morning. See, the way we speak as a friend, you should speak over there. You don't go as an interviewer. Don't go as if it's a job interview for you. No. That's your right. You have done why are you afraid? You should be aware about everything. Be confident. Go. Get your visa. I'm telling you. My visa percentage, frankly speaking, sir, till date, 98%, as I said. US visa. 98% result. 2% because if I'm explaining somebody, do this, and still he's not doing that, the result has to be negative.
Okay, we have a very basic question, very important and basic question from Shri
Thank you,
Vidya
sir.
from Koimbatore. What is the difference between embassy and consulate?
Fine. A very simple question. It's a very good question. It's a fantastic question you have asked. It's a basic but important. As I said, people are not aware. Embassy and consulate is an office where the visa gets processed. Visa gets processed. Where the head of the department, the consular, the ambassador, the high commission sit over there. Okay. It is an office where your visa document reaches. It has been assessed, and then the visa is granted on your passport. Your passport is in that office. Now, what is the difference between the consulate and the embassy? Understand, remember, every country has a capital.
Sir,
I'm there. I'm
yeah.
there. Yeah. Somewhat disturbance was there basically. That is all. See, let me explain you what is the difference. It's a very simple. Understand this. I am in Delhi. My head office is in Delhi, and I have my branches in different cities: Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. Okay. Where is my office? HO. So HO. Any office in the capital of any country is called embassy.
Embassy.
Rest metropolitan city offices are called consulate. Who sits in the consulate? The consulate general, who's the highest authority. And whoever sits in the embassy is an ambassador. Now suppose, let me give you an example. The person is going to USA, Indian ambassador who's allotted to go to USA is sitting in New York, okay, Washington DC. Over there is an Indian ambassador to USA, Indian ambassador to USA. Rest in different cities, they'll be called as secretary, second secretary, consulate general, consular. These are the name given basically. So what is the difference between embassy and consulate? Any office of any country issuing the visa in the capital of the country is called embassy. कोई भी कंट्री के कैपिटल सिटी के अंदर जो ऑफिस होगा उसको एम्बेसी बोलेंगे. Otherwise you call it consulate. That's all.
Thank you, sir. There are a couple of questions, and I also have this question: that what makes
Please.
a passport powerful and less powerful?
Sir, what makes a passport powerful? It depends upon. Let me tell you, it is the system of the government. The system of the government, what they follow, makes the passport stronger. Let me tell you, in today's date, the best passport in the entire world. I would like to ask a question to everybody. What according to Rohit sir? What according to you? Which passport is the strongest in the world?
Japanese.
Japanese.
Japanese, correct. And which is the strongest passport? I said strongest means, I'm telling you, Germany.
Okay.
What is you? Let me tell you why. What is the criteria weightage of that the strong passport? Okay, how the passport is strong on number one. How many countries are giving you visa on arrival shows the strength of your passport.
Yes.
Simple. If you have to take the visa and go, that means your passport is weak. And German passport is far stronger than US passport. Though Indian people holding US visa get visa on arrival to certain locations like Dubai. Okay, if you have a US visa holder, you can get that. So every place, every country has a different set of rules for them basically. Okay, I can have, if I have a UK visa, a US visa, that I don't require transit visa for UK. There are many things basically, many permutation combinations. So that makes your passport strong. Number of countries allowing you to get the visa on arrival means your passport is strong.
Okay. But how come it changes like over the years? Every year, that ranking gets changed.
The ranking gets changed on the basis of policies. What
Your voice is gone again, sir. Yes, sir.
Slightly there was a disturbance. Yes,
Yeah.
tell me, sir.
Yeah, that's why that's what I asked. How come it gets changed every year?
It depends upon the policies basically, and there are so many factors which are involved in this particular thing. It is not just because you're a traveler or you are traveling or something. It depends upon the economic policies also. There are n number of things which decides the strength of this particular. See, the strength of the passport means the strength of the country. Understand this?
Yes.
Okay. How powerful the country is in terms of economic policies, political policies. There are so many. They see 7, 8 factors basically. they understand, they analyze, and then on the basis of that they decide this.
Their relation with that country and all.
Correct. The policies, specifically the policies.
सर अभी एक रिपोर्ट आई थी दैनिक भास्कर में पब्लिश हुई थी, मैंने शेयर भी किया था अपने स्टूडेंट्स के साथ. अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट most powerful passport is Japan. 192 countries giving the visa on arrival, and for the India the 60 countries we get.
No, that is correct. India is I think 83rd position right now. We are far back actually. But Japanese, yes, of course, Japanese. That is what I told you, no, because it depends upon the policies, the political, economical, social. They see the entire, it is just not on the basis of one particular thing. They have to analyze. They have to go through the entire the events, the activities, and many things basically involved in this one. On the basis of that, they decide the criteria. Okay, the strength of the passport, which is the best and all. Yes, Japanese, that is correct actually. They are the superior, I mean. But I mean, they always, you'll find that people also are very sensible in Japan compared to India.
Okay, so behavior of tourists after getting the visa, that also matters.
Behavior of tourist is important in order to see. Yes. Again, I would tell you, because I've experienced this particular thing with people. Indian have the behavior has been somewhat negative in many countries actually, and on the basis of that, yes, I mean people they don't give respect to Indians actually. Or few people those who have done this, I've seen in many countries. Okay, the visa, as we had discussed, that why Punjab issued passport is getting blacklisted, and why people don't want them to come to different countries or travel. Okay, like people are not allowed. I mean, example देता हूँ मैं आपको. When you go for Dubai visa is done online, sir, and that has been done through the sponsors in Dubai. We have to get connected with them, and they do not want to apply this Kerala issued passport basically more, because they get absconded from there, and there is a fine of 2 lakh rupees for absconding. Okay, the cost of the visa is hardly some 3,000-4,000 rupees, those 4.5 thousand, and you have to pay 2 lakh rupees basically penalty for getting yourself refrained from the suspension of your login ID and all basically. Okay, so there are so many things basically. People, yes, I mean travelers have done that particular thing. Okay, they have degraded the country's name at many locations and all basically. We have seen in the past also, and it has been again. Well, this is not going to stop. So far as the mentality of Indian is concerned, yes, we will see that particular thing. It's very upset to see, but yes, this is also a responsible thing, which is, as we said, the strength of the passport loses its the strength. The passport, Indian passport, loses the strength on this particular criteria also.
Dillanji is asking that they had a multiple entry visa for 10 years to USA, but they lost their passport. So the new passport will have the visa automatically?
No, you have to apply again.
Oh.
That is the reason I told you should carry all the passports along with you, because many people have US passport. Because see, let me explain you. US gives 10 years visa, despite the validity of your passport. Okay, that means suppose your passport date expired, your traveler, your passport is filled, you have to apply new passport. That is the reason the US passport is not transferable, so you have to keep the old passport till the validity of the visa of the US. If you lose that passport, you have to apply again. That is all.
Okay, Mr. Sunil Sahu is asking, some countries ask for confirmed flight tickets along with the visa application. So in case of rejection, how to deal in such cases if you are a travel agent?
Let me explain you this. Many countries, you can block the ticket and you can apply it. No need to put confirmed ticket, first of all. Specifically when it is non-refundable, yes, you can put your block ticket actually, issue the PNR, okay, and apply that particular thing. Nowadays it is okay. People are see. Let me explain you. After this COVID situation, even countries like Turkey, okay, they are not asking for hotel ticket. They said if you get the visa, if whenever you want to go, you apply for the ticket and hotel and go. They know the condition now. You know, see, after effect of this COVID is yes. I mean, they have given some relaxations in this one, but after some time, maybe around after 2 months time, they will come back to the same thing that you have to provide. And as a travel agent, how to book, it's up to you basically. You have to tell the client. There are two ways of getting the tickets, you know. Either it is non-refundable, sasta ticket. Refundable, thoda sa महंगा ticket. So tell them, sir, you have to, travel agent, you understand one thing, travel agent has nothing to do with that. You should put the ball in client's court. Sir, you tell me what to do. Your decision. I will not advise you. I will advise you non-refundable. If you want refundable, please confirm that on your from your side, and I'll do it. And see, so far as visa is concerned, we are just a processor. You are a travel agent. I am a visa processor. We have to work together. So we should be very clear. Everything should be on the basis of the client, on the applicant. We should not take any responsibility. See, we charge 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees, 2,000 rupees, whatever service charge for processing the visa. We are not the consular. We don't grant the visa. The granting of the visa is at sole discretion of the consular and the ambassador. We are just a processor. We are guiding you. We are consulting you. Still, after that also, it is up to the guys. We are not guaranteeing the visa. You are not going to guarantee everything. It is up to the client. He has to take the decision. We are not there to take the decision.
Right. Okay. Actually, there are a few questions which I'm not taking, which are about a particular countries. So, what are the requirements for Schengen visa, UK visa? So it will take a lot of time to explain.
No problem.
one by
No
one.
problem. Let me give the example. Do one thing. We have a website known as www.visaalliance.in. This website is made purely for the travel agent fraternity. It is not for B2C. We don't do B2C. We do only B2B and corporates. And this website is login password protected. You have to you have to go onto the website, sign up, fill that form, put your own login ID and password, submit it. I'll give you the backhand approval. You can check any detail. If you want any country, Hyderabad, Delhi, wherever you want the information, you just have to select the country. You have to select the location, Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Calcutta, wherever, and the category, tourist, business, whatever, and you get that particular on the page. What is the visa fees, form, photos, how many days it takes, special notes, everything is mentioned over there. So it's at one point you have everything. This is what we have created actually.
It's visaalliance.in.
Correct.
Sir, one of our PG student wants to know. One of our PG student wants to know how he established his own visa consulting, startup business.
Fine. Let me come back. Rohit sir, a small change actually, but here. I am having. Let me share my experience with you. Since I was in this, I joined this visa industry as a marketing person basically in 2008. In 2017, I left that company. Okay, because I saw many shortcomings during my this tenure, and I wanted to have some changes. So in 2017 October, I commenced my own organization, which is Visa Alliance and Travel Services Private Limited.
Yes.
And I started in Mumbai. And lockdown का 2 साल छोड़ दो. So in 2 years time, I have 8 offices in India now. And it was only because of my focus, my dedication. So see, you can touch the sky. If you want to become a visa consultancy, yes. Now, how you have to do it? Let me explain you. First of all, you have to work under the guidance of the right person for at least 1 to 2 years. Let me give an example, sir. Let me give an example. After 10th, we had joined the college. For 5 years, we studied in undergrad, right? We learned the theoretical part. After we complete the graduation, we join a company. When we join a company for 1 or 2 years, now there's a problem. When people join a company, no, they think about money. Sir, age of from 21st to 30th is not an age to earn money. It is to learn. Whatever you will learn in 10 years time will decide your future. But what happens is people think I should get job, I'll get 25,000, 30,000, 50,000. No, you should not think about money. If you're getting a job of 2,000 rupees a month, grab it. Learn as much as you can, because that 1 to 2 years will take you on a higher level. Okay. Then again you will go on a higher level. This is how we learned. We started in 99 after completing the course and all. Then we started our job for, at that time you were getting 2,000 rupees hardly, sir. Okay. But we never saw the money. Then as the experience built up, and we got good opportunities and all, and that is how we reached. So it takes time. But in today's date, if you want to become the owner of a company or visa consultancy, you need to give maximum 2 years of your focused time. And yes, you can become the master in this one. You can start your own organization. We have created that network of 1 year, one year's time. In 1 year's time, we create people. Okay, we teach them in such a way that once that 1 year completes, okay, he is having an experience of 3 years. That is how we teach. So you have an option after that. You can start your own organization. If you want to go for a job, you will get a fantastic job. Okay, with a good handsome salary. Yes, we can do that.
Yes, one of our professor always says that everybody has their share of struggle. It depends on them whether they want to struggle in the initial years. If they struggle in the initial years, they will enjoy the rest of their life. And if they don't struggle in the initial years, then they have to struggle the entire life.
Correct, sir. See, I give you 5 rupees and I give you 50 rupees. What do you want? So you will select 50 rupees. But they don't understand this 50 rupees is your last 50 years and this 5 rupees is your first 5 years. So in terms of money, they will go for that. But when it is the same thing they have to understand in life also. This 5 years, you should leave it, focus so that you can have these 50 years. That is the main thing.
Okay. Yes, somebody is asking multiple visa. B1, B2 visas are actually 10 years visas with multiple entries. Am I right, sir?
B1, B2 visa is, yes, 10 years multiple entry. That is correct.
Multiple entries visa.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a minute, sir. I'll just check if any question I'm leaving. Okay, in visa, US visa, sometimes they ask weird questions also, whether you have a girlfriend or not, like that.
Sorry?
In US visa interviews, they asked they can ask some weird questions also, like you have a girlfriend or not.
No, they don't. They ask you something basically from, everything from DS-160. They don't ask that kind of questions. It's a very, 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 very rare thing actually.
Depends on the mood of interview itself.
Sir, you know one thing, let me give you one small tip for everybody. Whenever you are applying for visa for US, for your client or anybody, always take the interview time in the morning, not in the afternoon. Because morning time is always fresh and people are very much fresh and they give positive decisions. And by the time it is like 12 o'clock, negativity starts. And it has been proven thing, sir. It is proven.
Yeah, definitely.
You should always do that.
No, but we have had a very, very nice session after 12 o'clock, sir, today.
Yeah, thank you. Man, it was very fantastic for me also. And let us do this particular thing very often if possible, so that we can share lots of information on this one and we can create good fields for people, basically those who are not aware about it, sir. Okay. And it's a very fantastic thing what you have done. Basically, I'm very much happy that last year in 2020 also, it was a fantastic event, and this time also online, it was excellent. I mean, this has to be there. It is the effort is appreciated, sir. And Prashant sir and Rohit sir, I mean, I really am very much thankful for to you for giving me this opportunity and creating this platform for everybody, so that we can share lots of information on how to go ahead. Because nowadays it is very important that we should share our experiences, which helps the newcomers or the subordinates and the aspirants, basically how to go about it. We should give the guidance to them what we did not have at that time actually. And today, with the help of this gadgets and the digital channels, yes, it is very good and it has become very easy now. So let us do that. And fantastic thing. I really, I mean, it's like, I don't, I can't even see that we have crossed 1.5 hours basically.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Superb, superb, sir. Do let me know if anybody needs any help in my field. Okay, we all are there. Okay, I have a very fantastic team we can support.
Sir, may I have a question?
Yes, Supriya ma'am.
Sir, please explain a visa application date with an example. Like suppose, like from the date of issue it starts, or from the date of travel. And suppose if it is for 30 days, how we will calculate the date? Sir, please.
Okay. Let me explain you. For example, I'll give you example of a Dubai visa. Okay, just note down. I'm giving you this information. Let us take example of first Gulf country, Dubai, Oman, Qatar. 30 days single entry visa. Suppose because to get these visa, you don't have to give the ticket and hotel. Only passport, front, back, and photograph. We can get you the visa done. Okay. Your visa is issued on 2nd of January.
Okay.
The validity is of 60 days, 2 months.
Okay.
So 1st of March, expiry date. Now the same concept I'm telling you for Singapore also. Singapore में आपने सब ticket and you gave all the tickets and everything. Okay. Your traveling is on 15th of March, but you got the visa granted on 1st of March, and the visa is valid for 2 months. Now these countries, okay, there are, I can give you the set of countries in which what happens is it is known as entry visa. Before the visa gets expired, you have to enter the country and then you can stay there for 30 days. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, okay, Dubai, Oman, Qatar, all these countries, maximum it's known as an entry visa. Got the point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now, when you talk about European country, when you talk about European country, okay, your visa they give you, your visa is issued. Now it depends upon them. For example, you're traveling between on 15th of March, and your the land arrangement, your entire program is from 15th of March till 22nd of March. They will give you the visa from 14th of March or 15th of March till your return. Okay, as less as 22nd. If you are returning back on 22nd, they will give you the visa out till 23rd.
Okay.
Or in case if they give you 1 month visa, 1 month, okay, irrespective of your travel time of 1 week, okay, you have to European country visa. You have to come back before the expiry of your visa.
Okay.
So different countries have different set of rules for their expiry of the visa.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Singapore is a multiple entry visa. Dubai is a single entry visa. So there are so many things, as I said, permutation, combination, lots of things are there you need to know. So that is how. So first, whenever you want to learn visa, you have to start from Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. Very first. because your basics will get cleared from that place.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do the visa issuer give preference according to the person's eligibility, like whether he's well educated, is a doctor, engineer, or has business categories, or someone is illiterate? How does these criteria works?
Of course, that matters. That matters a lot, actually.
And
See, let
sir,
me explain you. Let me explain you something. Let me give you something out of this thing. Very very practical thing I'm going to explain you. Have you ever seen that people traveling to Australia and they get settled over there? They get absconded. Have you heard about it? People traveling to USA and they are not coming back. They are just farar ho gaye wahan se.
I'm not
Correct.
very much aware about it, sir.
You
Honestly,
know people. You know that in India, people traveling from African countries, these niggers, they're coming and getting settled in India. Let me explain you this. Try to understand what I'm saying now. If I do you think that there is one doctor basically who's gone and is settled over there? A doctor will not do that. See, what they want is, they know that people from India will come and get settled over there illegally also. Any country, you cannot stop it. There are many ways of doing it. However strong your system is, however biometric and everything you do, they
Prashant sir, is it from our side or their side? I think it is
सर
from.
की साइड से है
Okay.
कुछ नेटवर्क इशू.
Okay. Okay. As of now, we have received only 122 responses on feedback. So those who have not submitted the feedback form, I am giving the link again. Okay, let me call him. Anish sir?
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. You're
There
all
was
right. So we are
I
almost.
think,
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
okay, so when I was giving the example, I was audible or not? Basically, I think the network
Yes.
was.
We heard till you cannot. The governments cannot restrict the illegal entry
Okay,
anywhere.
so see what happens, sir. What happens is, basically, when such thing happens, no, they want people to be of asset to the country. A doctor can be an asset to the country, but a businessman cannot be an asset to the country. So they have a criteria. They want people, with good knowledge or some skills should come to. They want people to travel illegal also, but they want skilled people, not the unskilled people. That is the main criteria. So yes, I mean the visa also definitely depends upon the criteria of a person. They see your background and everything, obviously.
sir, I have one
And it
more.
is not, see, again, it depends upon the country. Sorry, it depends upon the country also, whether they are accepting what criteria they are accepting, basically. Okay. Now people from Bihar, they are illiterate, but they go to Europe for traveling because they have shown the money, they have shown their base and everything. So it depends on the country.
Sir, I have one more question. Suppose I want to travel countries by the roads. Will I need visa, or what are the procedure?
Of course, you need the visa for that.
Hello,
Whether
sir.
you
May
go
I?
by air, road, or yeah,
Any means.
by any means you need the visa. If you need to cross the border, you need visa.
Suppose I just,
Border crossing requires visa.
sir, just I don't want to stay there. Just I want to migrate from one country to another, but the country coming between that particular country, then will I need the transit visa, or just I can go through that?
Can you please come again?
Yes, I was saying that suppose I'm traveling to countries by the road, and suppose for an example, I'm traveling to Russia and China comes in between that, and I want to travel by road, and will I need? I have no intention to stay in China. I want to stay in Russia for a while. So will I need any kind of visa for China, or I
Of
just?
course, you need, if you're entering by, if you first you're entering which country? China. If you need, if you're entering China, you need China visa.
So will that be a transit visa, or it will be what kind of visa will I need?
रोहित इस क्वेश्चन के बाद फिर सेशन क्लोज करते हैं
Yes, sir.
हाँ
But,
क्योंकि सर का नेटवर्क
seems
बार
like.
बार प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है
Hmm.
अजित अगर आप बाय रोड जाएंगे मींस योर ट्रेवल टाइम इज लॉन्ग देन यू नीड द एक्चुअल वीजा मेन वीजा ओके if you're going by air and there is a stop or for 1-2 hours then you need a transit visa if you're going by road means it takes a long journey you need normal visa okay because who will check you are staying or not
Okay. I think there is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're back. No.
Yes,
So please, yes. Okay. Some network issue from your side, sir.
yeah, correct.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Shankar Kumar Mukherjee speaking. I have got one
Yes.
query regarding the ECNR of the passport. So can you please
ECNR,
tell me
okay.
something about the ECNR of the passport and why it is required and why it is not required, whom it is required and why?
Fine.
Thank you, sir.
ECNR is basically, see, depends upon the, when you go and prepare the passport, at that time, if you are under your, if your what do you call, the education level is below the standard one, if you are not 10th pass, then it is an ECR passport, immigration check required. That has been put by the passport office, stating that you are not to that level, you have not crossed the basic level of education. Okay, so we are considered as a labor class basically in that one if you travel. Okay, so if you see, it is like, if you want to travel to any country, it is only for the employment that you have to convert it into ECNR. If you are having an ECR passport, you can travel to any country on tourism business, no problem at all. It is only if you are traveling to any country for joining a job, for the employment, then you have to get it. From immigration, you have to get it done from Indian, what do you call, the External Affairs Ministry and all, from the Mantra, you have to get it done. This from ECR to ECNR actually.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this nice session.
Sir,
Right, sir. Thank you very
hello,
much.
hello, sir. Last question from my side. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt in
Yeah.
between. Sir, as we are working in visa industry, sometimes we are seeing the travel documents, passport should be required for 6 months. Your air tickets, your hotel confirmation will always applicable. But in sometimes, sir, in the case of Malaysia, they have required for confirmed air tickets. But in sometimes there is a rejection of visa from that particular embassy or particular high commission. So in that case, sir, it is required to take confirmed air ticket from the guest or from the travel agent to applying for that visa in the case of regular visa, sir. So what kind of
See, as I
possibility to
said,
get? Yes, sir.
okay. How many times you have faced this rejection
Sir, in
in
sometimes
Malaysia?
Malaysia, sir, we have got in 4 to 5 rejection on that time for, on in the times of 2016 when I was in Make My Trip, and I realized this thing that it could be getting a better solution that dummy tickets will be uh, attached on the application form of Malaysia, and sometimes we are using the forest from Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand for a cruise as well. So and that time there is a rejection of visa on that particular country. So is there any updations that we should attach the dummy tickets of air and dummy tickets of hotel booking?
See, you, as I said, you can block the ticket and you can put it. Okay, blockings. See, they don't require. See, understand one thing. They don't require the confirmed ticket or confirmed hotel bookings. Actually, they said you can block it. We when we do the hotel bookings, we do it we do it postpaid. We book the ticket, we book the hotel, but we pay later on. Okay, we have to just give the details that we have blocked this hotel. Simple. Okay. See, understand one thing. Let me again come to that particular point. As a counselor, even I know that you're blocking the tickets, you're confirming the tickets, you're giving me. Once a visa is done, you might cancel the bookings also. You might cancel the date. You can change the date. So refundable, either refundable or blocking. Simple. Acha, from where you got this visa rejected? Which sector? Which zone of India?
Sir, on that time for Malaysia for single entry visa,
No,
and
no.
I'm getting
You
rejection
had
over.
applied in the consulate?
I'm
You
not
had applied
applying.
in the
My
consulate or
client
online?
from counselor. I think so. It is Udan Travels. It is in Mumbai based. Udan Travel. On that time, we have worked with Udan and Ria Travels in Sector 16 Noida. So I'm just
I know,
getting
I
the
know, I
rejection.
know, I know.
Yes, sir. So actually, I'm just getting the update. There should be any updations on this trend because as of now, we are not touched with the industry right now. So that's my concern to know about it. That dummy tickets we will post it on or not.
See, you can block the tickets and put it. Don't use dummy tickets nowadays.
Okay, sir. Last question in this terms as well, as you saying in the presentation in the earlier that Tata AIG and ICI Lombard works as a travel insurance in the terms of travel insurance for Gulf countries. Apart from that, European country. But sometimes we have
Correct.
getting the queries like. Might be people are entering to Austria. For example, the person travel from Delhi to Dubai and then Dubai to Serbia.
Okay.
He might be take visa on arrival on that country, and after he just crossing the border of Hungary and taking a bus
Hmm.
from Hungary to Austria. So it is then valid and it is a valid entry to go. I might be confirmed from your side because as of now there is lots of updations after 4 and 5 years, and due to pandemic it is maybe restriction from that country. So it is possible to go a person from this itinerary, as I'm saying.
Can you come up with same itinerary basically? Can you explain me? I just need to understand. You
Sir,
said from Dubai to Serbia.
Serbia, it is on visa on arrival for Dubai to Serbia. Then Serbia to Hungary, we
See,
just crossing the borders, and Hungary to Austria
hmm.
by road. I think so. Might
Sir,
be yes, sir.
from Serbia by road to Hungary, do you think that somebody will be allowed to pass without visa?
No, sir. I'm my concern. Dubai to Serbia
No,
by flight, and he's just
no.
taking visa on arrival.
Wherever,
Okay.
wherever, let him go on arrival. But wherever visa is required, however he travels, he has to get the visa before entering the border. He will not get visa on arrival at in the Schengen. You're talking about Schengen country, the European country, Hungary, and all these countries. They are very strict countries.
Okay.
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 See, let me tell you, if this had been Mexico, it would be possible.
Yes, sir. Mexico to
In
USA.
you
Yes.
enter.
Fine, sir.
Mexico is there is no border. There's a lakde ka darwaza basically over there. They charge money. See, Mexico, that is the reason people From Mexico, they enter. Why they go to Mexico? Because from there they enter USA very easily.
USA, exactly, sir. Actually, sir, these types of clients we have facing in the industry, that how we will be enter.
That's the problem. I know. अभी बहुत सारा हुआ था. 400 passengers were caught over there
Exactly,
in
sir.
Mexico.
Okay, sir. Thank
All from Gujarat.
Yes, sir. Fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, right, done.
Thank you so much, sir. Despite of your busy schedule, you were busy with a lot of other things. Still, you have come up with a proper
No, sir.
PPT presentation.
For the first time when I came to Amarkantak, as I said, I fell in love with this place actually, and so I would always do anything. And whenever you need my assistance, I'm always there in the midnight also. No problem at all.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, in 2020, when we hosted the first tourism students conclave at our campus, as an organizer, we were so much busy that we were not able to have interaction, with you or any other guests also. So, okay, at least now we are.
Still, I mean, it was amazing. Vikas Timre was he was managing, and he was very good at that time. Okay. Still, so next time, yes, I mean.
That time I exchanged the cards, visiting cards. I have the so many visiting cards of all of you. That's why we will contact you easily.
No, not dead, sir. Actually, the thing is that I think that you should plan out again the same thing. And if you need any assistance from our end, please let us know. Let us have this kind of awareness program for everybody every year.
Yes. Definitely, we'll have a basic level awareness program for our MBA and BBA students. Very soon.
So just
very nice.
Thank you so much, sir. With all the chat box, you're not able to see the chat box, I think, easily, but there are so many praises, and almost everyone is saying that it was a very informative session, and indeed it was.
Thank you very much.
So much information. Somebody was messaging me also ki, these things are never taught, and that's what I said ki, yes, we teachers, we don't know all these things, and that's why these kind of FDPs and refresher programs are required for teachers like us to know all these things which are not there.
What I'll tell you is I have to share one particular thing also, that in future also, if we have a group of faculty and anything is needed, basically so far as the visa is concerned, okay, or any practical thing is needed from the package point of view, how to prepare and all, my colleague Sham is there in Hyderabad. He can join and he can give a very good session on how to prepare packages for a land and costing and everything. He is very good at that particular thing. So if you need anything for the faculty, he can come and he can organize online also. He can do lots of things for package, and also we have a very good overall things for visas, packages and everything. Ticketing, yes, there is no point now basically because now portals are there. But so far as the packages international is concerned, yes, the calculations and everything, we can share the same thing with the faculty so that they can teach them in a very practical manner. And apart from that, visas, yes, we are there. Basically, if you need any information, please let us know. We are always available for any time.
So how can we connect you for any assistance or any help in future? If
yes,
required
please,
your contact detail, contact number, it will be very beneficial for every one of us, sir.
93237 or hello sir, yeah. one moment, I'm yes, repeating my number. I'm giving another number which is specifically for the faculty. 9167 222 386. 9167 222 386. Yes, correct.
Okay. There is one more question, sir. I think it is very important for Madhumita. Madhumita madam is asking. Her visa, I think American visa, is getting expired in the month of July 2022. Where she has to apply, when she has to apply for the fresh one.
Okay, let me tell you. Before within 6 months of the expiry until 48 months from the expiry. She doesn't have to go for the interview. She can put it as a Dropbox with just 4 documents. Okay, and just one DS-160 has to be filled up. So for that, but if she needs any assistance, let us know. We'll get it done easily.
Anis sir?
Yeah.
Can I call you after the meeting on your number?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
What
Okay.
are the queries regarding?
Atul is saying that he also got login access in Visa Lens. So thank you so much, sir.
No, don't worry. Access, I think I have to check with this one, or my colleague must have given the approval from backend. Because unless you give the backend approval, it doesn't get activated. So I just check and I do that.
Yes. 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 Thank you. Thank you so
And
much, sir.
and sir, you just take down, give everybody, note down this. My email ID is
Yes.
info@visaalliance.in. You can contact me anytime on this particular. If you have any query, just put that, and I'll connect you with the right person who will explain you for the solutions to the any
No, sir, actually,
issue.
I have some concern regarding family visit visa to Canada.
Okay.
Family visit
Canada.
visa.
Okay.
I want to talk to regarding that to you.
No problem. I'll connect you with my colleague who manages the entire this.
Okay, okay.
Right, sir.
Okay. So it seems you're going to get a little busy afterwards.
No. That is excellent. It's good. Actually, it's
Thank
all
you.
about supporting, sir. We
Yes,
need
sir.
support to each other.
Okay, with that, sir, once again, I thank you from bottom of my heart, first of all, for accepting our invitation and with your busy schedule, giving us time and all the support. Thank you so much.
It is my honor, actually. It's an honor to me, basically, for these things to come
Thank you, sir.
on
Thank
this
you.
platform. Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Have a good day to you. Bye bye. See you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.